Visiting beautiful Parke County? Stop by the Vintage Beehive at their new location, 115 East High Street, Rockville, Indiana. We have antiques, vintage items, homemade, handmade, and handcrafted.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the minutes, we have to table them again because I was not here last meeting and Bruce had meeting before, so hopefully all three of us can make it next meeting. So we can move on to payroll, and we have payroll for the amount of $189,448.09.
I'll make a motion, we approve payroll for the amount of $189,448.09.
And I'll second that. And we need to acknowledge the receipt of the payroll claims in the amount of $83,906.27.
I'll make a motion, we acknowledge receipt of payroll claims, accounts payable, $83,906.27.
And I'll second that. Okay, we have one hand type check.
Yes, we have the one hand type check for, it's a grant for the Resilient Strategies LLC for $1,772.80. And it's for Parke County LEPC Plan Update and Seminar. Is what it's for. Would you like to see the claim?
That's what it's for. Do you need it, Bruce? If you don't need it.
I'll make a motion, we approve the hand type check for Resilient Strategies in the amount of $1,772.90.
And I'll second that.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hang in there. It's gonna be a slow, quick movie.
Oh, good.
Jim's not
What's the deal with the independent contractor agreement with?
That's the independent contract that the health department had for the Covered Bridge Festival,
Okay.
for the food inspection.
Was this one just late or just come in after?
Yeah, what's?
Or did we already approve
We
some of the
approved
other?
it.
Okay,
I
so
thought.
then I just.
There was
this
one for the health department as to the COVID testing. I didn't know there was one for the.
This is for the,
This is for the health
Inspection.
inspector.
inspection of the
The
food.
inspection,
Yeah, when
food
they go
before she
around
gets
the-
help.
Oh.
I thought we had approved that.
Right, that's just the standard one she uses every year, I think.
Yeah, I think.
So does it need
And
to
I
be
just need,
approved?
I
or-
just need a signature on there then.
So it already, I think we did. I was, I'm thinking.
I thought last hearing you did, or last meeting you did
The
maybe.
meeting before.
Before, yeah,
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Because I remember.
I don't remember doing it, so
I'm
that's
gonna
probably the.
mark Jim's name out, put mine on here.
Correct,
And I'll
yes.
sign it.
Thank you. just a format
Yeah.
letter to let us know what's happening with the.
US 36.
Correct.
Yeah, down south, some local funds. And then traveler's claim, did you look at that maybe?
Because I want to see if we want to renew the policy.
So there's one about changes to the policy.
Well, it's not, renewal date shows 1/5/22, I think, George will be here
Yeah, you should.
in one of the next couple meetings to present next year's insurance, so whether he'll stick with Travelers or whatever, I think he'll kinda lead us on that, but,
Okay.
I don't think we need to do anything with this tonight.
It's just advising you they
Yeah.
intend to change a couple things.
Yeah.
It doesn't say what though, I
No,
don't
it
think.
doesn't say
we'll
what
have
it's
to,
changed, so.
So it's not.
George should know that, and
Yeah.
if he wants to stick with Travelers, he'll advise us
Yeah, the
that
commissioners will decide.
Right, yeah.
they will decide whether to go with George's recommendation or not.
This calendar. What's the deal here with jumping to the second and fourth Monday?
Here's the meeting schedule, she has that in.
Okay, it's in different order.
And I don't,
On the calendar, it's marked.
yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Over half of them are the second and the fourth.
Looks like this schedule, or the, yeah.
This one is, yeah, it's correct.
4/18, 2/16,
Yep.
6/20, 4/18. The only thing I see, Laura, and again, I don't know if it's that big a deal, but in case the media or whatever, taxpayer is looking, July 5th,
On a Tuesday.
you might put that in red. 'Cause all the
Okay.
rest of the Tuesdays you put in red,
Okay.
just to highlight that. Cause the first is July 4th, or the Monday's
The
July
first
4th,
Monday,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Correct.
So if we go Tuesday the 5th, you just might change that and put that in red, just in case.
Alright, everything look good to you outside of that on
Yeah,
the meetings and the holidays?
Yeah, I kinda looked through them, the holidays, and we got.
And then the holidays, I also have the
Martin Luther.
dates attached to,
Right,
Yes.
shown there too for you.
I checked those over too, I looked those over, so if you're okay, we
I'm
may
okay
go
with
tonight
that.
without Jim looking at it, which I
Yeah,
don't think
it's
will make any difference.
Pretty
I'll
well
make-
standard, it's,
I'll first make a motion, we approve the 2022 Board of Commissioners meeting schedule. that has been presented by Laura with the one, not really a correction, just to change that Tuesday to red so that the media and the taxpayers know that we'll have 3 meetings next year that'll be on Tuesday instead of on Monday.
All right, and I will second that on the county holidays.
Yeah, and county holiday schedule, and again, just clarification, we use the state of Indiana's schedule for holidays, and Governor Holcomb recently has issued the 2022 holidays for state employees, which again is what we mirror them here in Parke County. So for our schedule, it'll be the same as the state, so I make a motion we approve the 2022 holiday schedule for county employees
And I'll
as
second.
presented by Laura.
And I'll second that. Any new business, Nick, Bruce?
I can't think of anything.
Okay, move on to old business. Justin, you're the man.
We're down to 69 inmates as of today, 11 of them's DOC, 57 are ours. We got the state police report. They completed their investigation 2 weeks ago. The prosecutor looked at it. He declined to pursue any charges against the deputy involved, ruled that it was justifiable, so.
Good.
So we got that cleared up finally, and Bridge Festival was successful. I think nothing too major that we dealt with. I think we had about 40 arrests for our department over the 10 days, so most of it non-festival related.
Good.
No injuries from the storm that went through. Some minor damage, 07 in Rockville. Probably the next commissioner meeting, I should have like total number of calls that law enforcement received during the festival. Had some accidents, what could have been major accidents turned out not to be so bad, so yeah, pretty good festival for us, so.
Good.
I think that's all that I have.
All right. Looked like you had help down there and everybody's staying busy doing their jobs. How'd the camera system work out?
Mansfield we got going, Bridgeton was a little, I don't think we ever did get everything worked out on the Bridgeton camera, but.
And the cell phone tower helped out a lot?
Yes, that was good in both areas, so. And I think cameras kinda, I guess what we figured out is maybe some of that stuff should have been kinda completed by the factory before they sent it instead of us trying to do it, but we'll have it figured out by next year. But like I said, Mansfield, we were good after the first couple days, and then Bridgeton, they kinda fought it for a while, so.
Good. I didn't hear too many complaints. It's,
Yeah,
for the most part, I think everything looked pretty good there. I think there was a couple vehicles that actually parked on the concrete bridge. And we have a bit of a bottleneck there. The 2 parking lots on the north side of the bridge, they come out on the east side of the road, and it's getting so a big part of them walk across the concrete bridge rather than across the covered bridge, because they have to cross the road, the covered
right.
bridge, and back across. I'd almost wondered, when Randy gets up here, I've been thinking, do a little bit of thinking. I don't know if it's too far out there or what, but I'm gonna have Randy to check with one of the engineers and find out if that bridge is capable of holding a walkway on the east side of it, of the concrete bridge. And I think we ought to have an engineer look at it and see what the expense would be if we could actually cantilever a walkway on the east side of that bridge, because both parking lots is on that side, and most of them, if they do cross, go through the covered bridge, they turn around and cross again, and that would let, something even 6 foot wide, the majority of the people could
oh yeah.
get across it, and that would take care of a lot of that bottleneck on the concrete bridge and keep the traffic moving a little better too. But I'm not for sure until that bridge is inspected and the engineer looks at it, if there's a way to cantilever I-beams out and put a walkway on the east side of it.
Okay.
I'm sure we keep it up high enough to keep from restricting the flow of water. That part don't bother me. And I'd even said something to the boys about possibly helping out with it a little bit if it's something could be done on the labor end of it. So
Yeah, probably definitely help.
that was the worst place I seen was when you'd try to cross the bridge and go north. And just half the time you couldn't get through because so many people
Oh yeah.
funneling across the bridge with a vehicle. So
I only had a few people that were pedestrians that
got
like
hit.
had been struck, but
Yeah.
I said no injuries, and that's something we deal with every year. But
Yeah, it is. It's and there's some people that kind of irritate me. One young kid out there in front of my stand kept revving up his vehicle and jumping with a pickup truck. It's like, if you're going to come here, you're going to you need to expect long delays. It's not don't come to a festival. And even when we go somewhere, you're going to be stuck in traffic and long lines to the restroom. It's part of it. But we have that every year. So well, I'm glad things went well for you.
yes,
You know, thank your staff for the extra hours they put in and all that, so hopefully now things will.
oh yeah,
Smooth
everybody
back
back
out.
a little bit
Back to
Back to normal.
break. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
All right, Randy, I think you're up.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot. You guys doing all right?
Doing great.
Good.
The old trees cleaned up.
Yeah. Better yearly notice supply dealers
Oh, okay.
for the annual bids. There was top end and 2 pages behind the sign page is vendors list.
You'll be mailing that out too?
Yes, okay. And then there, I give you there's the packet.
Yeah.
We just give that to Laura when you get them signed, or that signed, you just have to sign this first page.
Yeah.
And then sign this a copy if you would, please.
I'll let Dan go for a little bit.
It's pretty much the same thing you see
Yeah,
out every year.
same every year.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve Randy to go ahead and get out the notices out to the supply dealers so we can get the bids in and get those approved before the end of the year. So I make a motion that again we give Randy the okay to send out the notice.
And I'll second that.
All right. That's that one.
She need all this? Or do you need?
Yeah, she can keep all that.
Okay. What else you have?
You let Lucas know we start on the bridge anytime?
Okay, yeah, he's,
If you need signs or anything, let us know.
yeah, he's fine with it. The fact is, I think they was, cutting a skip sheeting, so
Okay,
we're all but done on the I-70 job. We gotta, go back, put a little riprap in, we'll see this drawing, so
Mhm.
they'll get it for the snow
Okay.
flies. So, I will tell him.
okay. And I'll get a hold of Joe probably, and see if he'd wanna look at that bridge.
Okay, and I don't know if it's even a possibility, but
I don't see why not.
I've seen them, actually, we built that covered bridge over the west tunnel up at the state fairgrounds. We actually fastened I-beams on that it's concrete bridge under it. We fastened I-beams on it. Of course, I wouldn't want a walkway. I'd rather have a
Mhm.
concrete one that's maintenance free because
Yeah,
it gets deteriorating. Somebody goes across it and we're liable.
yeah,
But
that's right.
if you can have somebody look at that sometime and do a little bit of engineering, we put some numbers together, and like I say, I don't have a problem with doing quite a bit of the labor, we've got the equipment and stuff to do it, I think it'd help a bunch.
Okay, I have that single copy.
Yes.
I give her too many of them.
No, well, she had to sign
Oh,
that
okay.
meeting.
Yeah, sign it, he needs a
Okay.
copy back for that.
Yeah, I'll see if we can take a look at it. Not too long.
Like I say, that was the main problem I seen in Bridgeton was,
I mean, the only other option, unless you just deal with what you have to deal with every year, is to close the roads. Just close the roads on the north side, close the road on the south side, and close the road on the east side over by your
But-
in-laws stuff.
but the
and-
problem-
An emergency.
Well, you can send
You know.
emergency vehicles through, but through, I mean, you know.
Well, it's a
but
long
for the,
route
but for
to.
the same token too, you get somebody that comes in the east side from Mansfield, if you got it closed, if they're going to Rockville, they don't have a clue how to get
No.
there.
Right.
Then they've gotta try to get turned around and go, they'll go clear back to
But
59.
no, I'm just, but yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's the appropriate thing to do, I'm
Not a
just
lot of
saying,
good options there.
that's,
Yeah,
if
there
you're
is.
not gonna have, like I
It'd be
said,
nice
a
if-
walkway, they're
Well,
gonna have to
It'd be
cross
nice
to get
if
to the
Bridgeton,
covered bridge.
yeah,
So-
it would be nice if Bridgeton was about 4 blocks wide, but it's
Well,
not.
Randy kind of talked about the sidewalk thing too. I mean, if
Yes.
sidewalks were put in, would the anticipation be to regulate so that they stay on the sidewalks instead of walking the road, like rope off?
And
or-
you get some that, I know one of the firemen told
I don't
me.
think you ever get
Yeah, I
stay
don't
off the
think they'll
road.
stay off the
Yeah.
road,
No.
there's too many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would help a bunch, yeah, but then we've gotta push some of the vendors back, we gotta be careful where we're at doing that.
Yeah.
well, we could, on the sidewalks, we'll put them,
Behind,
yeah, 10 foot off the street.
yeah,
That way take care of both ordinances, the staying off the sidewalk and the 10 foot setback.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's an option too, but by the time we go there, it's gonna take a grant or some pretty good money to put sidewalks in, I mean, I know Randy's strapped the way it is, it'd be
Yeah,
nice.
He's got some money from the,
Yeah.
what, ADA or.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were supposed to put in, I think it's $20,000 a year into the ADA, for the ADA.
Would we want to have Cindy look into grants possibly?
and it might be something we probably should do, I mean, it would help a bunch, and Bridgeton seems to be growing bigger, and almost everybody I talked to told me the last Saturday was the biggest Saturday they ever had, and when I was over getting ice in you guys' parking lot, it didn't look like there was one space left. Like I say, there was actually 2 vehicles that parked on the bridge, parked on the concrete bridge and got out and took off.
Yeah.
It's, and if it keeps growing like it is, or even staying the same size, whatever we can do to help it would,
I mean, if it's a 10-foot setback and then they're on the sidewalk, you know, and we have our vendors behind that,
Yeah.
that would leave them enough space then, I think.
that would leave a lot more, yes, it would.
I mean, I realize there's no way to traffic a herd of people to.
There's not, it's, I mean, we don't have enough deputies keeping
I just
going in the
kinda-
right direction.
So my wheels are turning on it, making sure I'm thinking correctly, I guess.
And that's, I've been thinking all week on that deal with the bridge.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's not that they can't use the covered bridge, it's they come out of the parking lots that's on the east side, they don't wanna cross the road in front of the traffic, cross the covered bridge, and as soon as they get across it, most of them
Well, they
cross the road again.
follow the flow
That-
too, is what
And
they're
that
doing.
would keep them, a majority of them from even crossing the road to start with.
Right.
It would keep them on the east side. So, who knows, it's,
Sometime too, when you get a chance, that landing down there on the northwest side of the bridge, go down the stairs and then
Yeah.
down the next stairs, that landing right there.
yeah,
Might take a look at that, it looks like that's undermined.
oh, is it?
Looks like
It's undermined before, I remember, before it was poured the last time. I'll look it over and see what it looks like.
I don't know if that's up to the Bridgeton Association
I don't
to
know.
fix that, or,
We can, we'll look at it and see. I mean, they have kinda agreed to do, at least pay for the maintenance on it, cause there was money left when that bridge was built. And it was, BCBA isn't controlled. I'll look it over and see what it is. I can
Okay.
approach them with it if there is something that needs done, cause I'm
Okay.
sure they'll be more than happy to help out.
Mhm.
But the deal with the concrete bridge, I was just trying to think of a way to
Mhm.
get some of the traffic off at the bridge,
Yeah.
foot traffic.
Well,
No, that.
And like I say, if you
Gill
get,
strap, gill strap and, Hawkins and them.
no, that would be Fred, on the north side of the concrete bridge. Well,
Kelly or
actually,
Fred.
no, Kelly don't own anything on the east side of the concrete bridge.
Oh, you're talking east side. Okay.
Yeah, cause it's not gonna,
Gilstrap and
Fred
Fred and
and Gilstrap. Gilstrap's property runs on a skew. There's a set of steps right on the north side of the concrete bridge, or there used to be. Gilstrap owns a small pie-shaped piece on that side of on north of the creek.
it's not anybody between Gilstrap and Fred.
Nope. Gilstrap's, his property comes right out there in front of Rob's old place, and it runs on a skew and crosses the creek, and it hits the center of the blacktop road over there, cause Dave put in a set of steps right there at the end of the concrete bridge several years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe, if you can't put them on the bridge, maybe we can get some ground there from them too, and put just a walk bridge in.
Yeah, the only trouble is I don't know if can we span that? It's a pretty good span without putting a pier.
I don't know.
That's why I was thinking if at all
It'd
possible,
be a lot better
if
put
we
it on
can
the
cantilever
bridge.
it right off the concrete bridge and leave the car rail that's there and put a walk rail on
Mhm.
it, even if we could get 6 feet, but we get a chance, ask one of the engineers
Sure.
if they will look it
Yeah, I'll do
over
that.
and kinda run some numbers for us.
Okay.
Did you have anything else?
No, that's all I had.
All right, well, have a good evening,
Okay,
Randy.
thank you guys.
Thanks, Randy.
Hopefully
Take care.
things will calm down for you a little bit, no more storms for a while.
I
Hey.
hope not.
Randy, that road behind Turkey Run looks great.
Good.
Going into the school.
I've just had the whole patch again now.
Well, I mean, you can see everything, and the
Yeah.
buses are getting through, and
Yeah,
it looks great.
yeah, that machine does a good job.
Well, thanks again, Randy. Have a
Thank
good
you
evening.
guys. Have a good evening.
Any public comments? We have a motion to
Laura.
adjourn?
Well, just a second.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, you've been talking to this attorney, they
I-
pressuring us to get this
Yeah, I haven't
little,
talked to him.
Sounds like they already
Situation.
settled that. That's
are
what
they
I heard.
pressuring you as a deadline?
No, but I thought they already settled it.
I thought they made us an offer of,
It says
the last one, I thought they made us an offer of 15,000.
this case has settled for. Yeah, I read that as it's over. 343. Yeah, they did settle it for that amount. We didn't really have a dog in that fight because you guys' deductible was 5, so once they went over that, you guys weren't paying any of it anyway.
It's up to the insurance company to
Yeah.
make the decision after that.
I mean,
And travelers will present an invoice to the auditor's
you're gonna
office.
get a
We'll just
bill
pay
for
it.
5, yeah.
We'll pay the 5.
Yeah, 'cause you guys had
That's
previously,
what the insurance-
you guys previously had agreed to an offer of 5.
Which was our deductible.
Right, so once it goes over that, the insurance company pays the difference.
Okay.
So you'll get an
Well, she
invoice
had
from
asked
them for
about it
5.
before the meeting,
Yeah,
before you got here.
so they did settle it, and our part of it's 5.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
They really.